hear that? I have a new best friend. A new one. Did anybody else here make any new best friends tonight?
Maybe.
Yeah, okay, the night's still young, you could do it. You could. My best friend before this was my phone. We go everywhere together, spend a lot of time looking at her. She's my best friend. And is that relatable at all? That's just a disease I have. I know my phone is my best friend because recently I was texting with somebody that I was trying to impress, and I tried to send them the following text message. I think I'm a werewolf because I ovulate with the full moon. And my phone said, try again. So I tried to send it again, and then she was like, no, girl, you misinterpreted my try again. What I actually meant was try again from the beginning. It's a terrible thing to send to a person. Don't send that. What are you doing? Which is just sweet, because it's like, thank you for having my back, you know? Thanks for being there for me. But then, I don't know, I have mixed feelings, because like on my way here, I was overcome with the need to know Drake's birthday, like immediately, while I was driving. And my phone was like, sure, why not? Look it up. Whose lives matter more than yours right now? Also, yours doesn't matter because you could die doing this. He's a Scorpio. Did you guys know that? I was surprised. He was born October 3rd. I don't know. I think he has a lot of feelings. Who gives a shit, though? Who cares about Drake's feelings? Great. So I was recently doing the thing that I'm doing now, stand-up comedy, at a show, and an older man stopped me afterwards, and he asked me the following question, how do you tell chick jokes? So I responded, be funny? I didn't know what else to say. And then he said, oh, no, you don't understand. Because, like, of course I didn't understand, right? My feeble mind, I can't understand. He explained to me, he said, well, okay, here's what I want to do. I want to make the guys laugh, right? And then I want to turn it around on them and make the ladies laugh. So I said, well, maybe just don't tell jokes about hurting them. I didn't know what he wanted me to say. And then he didn't like that, so I said, maybe make them relatable to women, and he couldn't do it, right? Like, he just couldn't, because it's impossible, I guess. It's very difficult. But, you guys, I wrote some jokes for him that he's never going to use, because I've never seen him again. He could be dead. He probably is. I'm not going to say I hope he is, because that would be mean. Is he here tonight? Are you here? No, great. All right, it's just us, guys. He's not here. So these jokes, these are for ladies to relate to, so if all the men in the audience could please not laugh. Like, just do not laugh, because this is not for you. All right? Ladies. You know, sometimes you'll, like, be walking down the street, right? And a guy will tell you to smile, you know, and it's the worst. Because you're like, how are you telling me what to do with my, like, human adult face muscles that I control? And you pause, because you're so taken aback by it, right? You pause, and then all of a sudden the sky goes dark like night. You know, it happens. It goes dark like night, and you hear this, like, whirring. It's just a whirring. It's taking over all the hearing that you have. You know, you start to notice the clouds above you are swirling, right, ladies? They're swirling. And you look up, and it's like this kind of dark maroonish brown color, and you realize in that moment that it's the blood, menstrual blood of every woman that's ever come before you and will ever come after you, you know? And you see it up there, and then all of a sudden your purse starts rumbling, right? And it's rumbling, and you're like, that's weird, and then out of it pops the ghost of Hillary Clinton, and I I don't know why she's a ghost, because we know she's alive, but here she is. She's a ghost, right? And as the blood of all the women that have ever come before you and ever come after you starts to encase him, this man, in a tornado-like formation, in front of you, right there, she just screams. The ghost of Hillary Clinton just screams at him, "No, you smile!" Ladies. Ladies, you get it, right? Like, happens all the time. Happens all the time. It's the worst. God, stop telling us that. Or, okay, this is another one. Ladies. And again, I don't want to hear any laughter from men, because this is not, it's not for you, okay? You can't relate to this. Ladies, you know how sometimes you'll be at work, right? And like a guy, like your boss will be like, "Hey, you're in charge of this thing," right? And then so because you're a great employee, you try to delegate tasks. You tell a guy, "Hey, will you do this thing?" And he says, "No, I'm not going to do that thing. You're not my boss," right? And so then you're crying in the bathroom, right? You're crying in the bathroom, ladies, And then all of a sudden the stall door turns into a time portal, right? This happens, guys. You don't know what happens in women's restrooms, but it turns into a time portal. This is the only reason I'm against unisex bathrooms, is because we need these for our time travel. It opens up, right? So you walk through it, because you're at work, like, what the fuck else? Like, fuck work. And you walk through, and then all of a sudden you're in Old Salem, right? And you're in a circle of women who are witches, and you're a witch, and it turns out they were witches the whole time. It wasn't they were all witches. And you're in this circle, right? And you notice there's a man tied to a stake in the center. And because of your female intuition, you know that that's the great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandfather of the guy who told you wouldn't do the thing at work, right? You know it's him. And then you look beyond him, right? You look beyond him, and you see back there the ghost of Hillary Clinton. Again, I don't know why she's a ghost. No one knows. Because she's alive right now, and she wasn't alive then, and neither were you, but you're not a ghost, and it's very confusing, ladies, And you see her, and then she just says to you, "Should we burn him?" So you do. You say, "Yeah, I'd like to do that." Right? She says, "Burn him!" Right? And then he's burned to death. And it's the most upsetting thing you've ever seen, right? Because there's all this flesh burning, and the smell is terrible. So you walk back through the time portal, because you were at work. People are going to wonder where you were. You got to get back there. Walk back, go back to work. Guy's not there, right? Because that's how the time-space continuum works. It's just how it works. Sorry for understanding that, but I do. Ladies, you understand, right? Like, this happens to you at work, right? We are subject to this all the time. And the only way we have to fight is through time travel. That's it. Speaking of time traveling, why not? I recently tried mushrooms for the first time. Have you guys ever been into those? Whatever, who cares? Don't cheer. We should all be ashamed. So I tried them, and they're great, right? It's amazing. I've got I understand everything, right? And I'm like, everything's fine. We're doing great. Everything's cool. Also, everything's really beautiful, and I'm smarter, and also I'm crying about my grandmother for some reason, right? All these things. And I was tripping in this apartment that is like a block off Frenchman Street, which you guys are all familiar with, the street where people go to drink while they're on vacation. And so it was like a block off, kind of a dark little corner. And people would go there all the time because they're tired. They've been drinking all day. They're on vacation, so they go there to fight with their spouses, right? That's a prime location for that. Or peeing. Peeing is big too. But this particular night, there was this fight, right? And I'm listening to it, and I'm on drugs, and I'm just really empathizing with them. They're having a super boring fight, something like, I just don't want to stay out that late. It's like, you're not fun anymore. And, but like, you can tell that one of them is cheating on the other one, you know. But neither of them wants to say it because they're on vacation. And it would ruin the vacation if they said it. So, in my heart, I was like, you know what? Someone should tell them. Might as well be me. I'm right here. And it's not a bad thing to break up because, you know, we're all love and we're all one, you know, entity. And like, you know, they should just understand that this is fine. And, you know what, right now, it's my duty to spread what I know to be true to them. Right? So, so I go out on the balcony, crazed with drugs. I go out there and they're screaming at each other still, and I just look down, and I got oh man, I know exactly what to say, right? Like, I got him, because this is gonna work. So I say, hey! I'm screaming, okay, I'm a woman on drugs and I'm screaming from a balcony, like, just to remind you guys. So I'm screaming and I scream, hey! Look, you guys can love each other, but you don't have to be together, so just end it now. Just end this. End it. You can still love each other, but this isn't working. I'm screaming this at them. A strange woman. And they hear me and they stop fighting. And then, so here's what I wanted to happen, okay? This is what happened in my dreams, in my hallucinations, brought on by drugs. What I wanted to happen was, I wanted them to hug, you know, and then like shake hands, right? And then she'd be like, hey, can I stay with you tonight? Because our Airbnb is real small and this weekend just got really weird. And I'd be like, right, and then she'd sleep on the couch, and the next morning she'd make breakfast, and we'd have coffee and talk about how men are pigs. And then I'd have a friend to visit, like in Birmingham, anytime I wanted, you know? And it would be great. It would just be sweet and like a beautiful moment for women. That's predictably not what happened. Not at all. So what actually happened was this. They like looked at each other, and they looked up at me, and they looked at each other again, and then they both, simultaneously, I swear to God, they screamed, shut the fuck up! Which is the appropriate response. I mean, like, that's what you should yell at people like me. My people, of course, being women who have lost their minds because they are on drugs. The worst people. People who yell when they're intoxicated. That's a bad group of people to suddenly be in, you know? Especially when you're yelling about personal things. When you're yelling at people to break up, that's the worst. Anyway, so that's the right answer. But guess what, you guys? All right, this has a beautiful end. I promise you, stick with me. So then, they get done yelling at me, you know, but then I'm still standing there, because like, why would I go in? I want to see what happens. And then they look back at each other, okay? And they like make eye contact. And in that moment, they were back on. Because I saved their relationship. Because I'm a good person. And because I was right. I was right. Love can save us all. I don't know if I feel that way anymore because I'm sober, but in that moment, it seemed like I was definitely doing the right thing. I'm not married like that couple I presumably was. I'm not. But I am 30, so in a certain, I mean, some people might think that I might need to get that going. I don't know, my mom, for instance. It's fine, I don't care, but like when you're a woman, there's a certain kind of pressure to, you know, when you're aging that men don't experience. It's like always inside you, it's like this clock, right? Like call it a clock, and it's like part the patriarchy, and it's part like our mothers, and it's part like us and like our biology, right? And it's ticking all the time, you know, and it's just ticking and it's ticking and it's telling you things, right? It's like you gotta find that good job, right? Gotta settle down, you know. Gotta get a good apartment, good place to live, right? You know, all the time, counting down. Because there's only this very small window of time, this is what it's telling you, there's a small window of time in your life, you know, when you can become a young widow. Right? Because if you wait too long, you're just a regular widow. I mean, not that there's anything wrong with that. And if there are any widows in the audience, like, I want to know, your pain means something to me. It's very real, and I'm sorry for your loss, but, like, what I'm saying is that I want to be, like, a hot young widow, you know? Like, I want to live, like, that swinging young widow lifestyle, you know? Where you, like, go out at night and you're like, oh, hey, man, I just can't commit to anything, you know, because I've already had too much tragedy in my life. They love that. They won't tell you because it's frightening to them, but it's the truth. Because if you tell men, if they tell you, you know, that they love widows, then they're worried you're gonna, you know, kill them. So, I would never do that. If I got married, I would never kill the man that I was married to. I'm just letting you guys know. Because if you have all these people corroborating your story, how could you get arrested? How could you get in trouble? You can't. Well, I'll leave you guys with this. Recently I was walking down the street here in our incredibly debauched town, and I was just walking and texting at the same time, which is incredibly dangerous. You could run into something at any point. You could run into a pole or like anything. And it was super quiet and it was super peaceful outside. And I'm not paying attention to where I'm going. I'm just walking, you know, like this. This is how you walk and text. And I hear kind of on the edge of my hearing, I just hear this like, psst. And so I look, because I'm not crazy, I'm very small, I could get murdered at any time, it's a big concern of mine. I look, and there's just this car creeping down the street, right? Just like a car. And it's getting closer to me, and as it gets right next to me, I look inside the driver's side window, and there's just a guy holding his erect penis in his hands. And I'm like, what? And I'm wondering the same thing you're wondering right now, which is like, how's he driving? Right? You guys, I fucked up that joke, and I'm going to start it again, because I want you guys to think that I'm a good comedian. Okay. Thank you. Thanks, Pity. I love it. So, I just met the greatest guy. You are not going to believe how we met. Oh man, we have fun. We have fun. Okay, you guys, I'm so excited right now. Please, welcome to the stage. The star of the show